Welcome to the Big One 2011.
You won't get anything better than this.
Great show. Anything like last year,
It's brilliant.
it'll be brilliant this year.
Absolutely marvellous show again.
For us, it's a great show, and we want to be here every year.
Good morning. Welcome to the Big One 2011.
It seems like from year to year, it never goes away. It's like he camps out in the car park and he never goes home. I've got Keith Arthur with me, and it's always a great pleasure to see you, Keith. Nice to see you.
Shave and a shower, mate. Yeah.
On a more general note, as we look around at the moment here at the Big One for this year, as you can see, for a Sunday, and it's the day before the last day of the season, people have given up their weekend to come here and support the whole weekend. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, look at the amount of people that are here. I mean, it's exceeded in my expectations, I'm sure.
Amazing. I got here this morning and there were far less people here than there were yesterday morning. I thought, oh, it's going to be quiet today. How wrong was I? Because after an hour, it was, and it's now mid-afternoon, and the place is as busy now as it was almost early doors yesterday morning. It's a fantastic success, and I think it's a fantastic success because it's got all the attributes of the old Davis angling sale and the original big ones. Loads of bargains, people can come and buy stuff. Some of it's discontinued, some of it's end of range stuff, some of it's current, most of it's up to date, some of it's brand new, not even in the shops yet. So there's all that they can do, but there's the added benefits. They can come and talk to Roy Marlowe on the Maruku stand, the experts we've spoken about in the Angling Trust stand, Jan Porter at well, there's a list there, Chile, Mark Pollard. There's so many great anglers here that die to talk to people. You never get a chance to carry your message to your customers except at places like this, and it's critical for these companies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, looking around at the response I've had from most of the stall, in fact all of the stall holders which I've spoken to, and indeed some of the big companies like Shimano here for the first time, they're all going away with a really great impression of the show, with the way it's run, the logistics of it, and the general feedback they get from the customers, which is really encouraging.
Well, Nigel Botherway's doing my radio show, and I spoke to him yesterday morning, and he said, what's the parking like? And I said, look, this show is run by people that run tackle shops. Vince and Colin. They're not exhibition people, they've turned into that, but they know the most important person is the customer. And with exhibition organisers, the most important person is the exhibitor. And sometimes you've got to look after the customer first. When you look after the customer, the exhibitor's happy. Parking's free. There was a massive queue yesterday morning. It didn't stop moving, and there were stewards everywhere to give individual cars their individual parking space. It was just outstanding. I mean, I'm not, because it's you and I'm talking to you about the show, it was incredible. The logistics was spot on.
Somebody described it actually as a swan, the grace at the top and the machine pedalling like stink underneath, which I had to laugh at. Keith, it's always great to see you again. Thank you very much for joining us today. The very best of luck with the Angling Trust, and I'm sure we'll bump into each other again, not perhaps on the bank, but certainly back again here next year for the Big One 2012.
Right, anyone been fishing lately?
What do you reckon on that then, boys? Trust your uncle.
I suppose if we were having chips and somebody stuck like a knitting needle down the chip, we'd think, well, hang on a minute, I don't really want that.
Big balls like that feed 3 big uns, right? And every 3/4 an hour, or an hour, or sometimes even less, I'll put 3 more in. And go on to catch up to almost £30 a roach.
And just keep going. Just keep looking for them. I don't fish them unless I can see them.
A catfish which is 10 pounds has got a mouth about that big, right? I have not used a hook smaller than a size 2 for the last 20 years, and most of the times I use 1 or 1/0s in the UK.
So a simple way to do it, to get it bang on every time, is to put your dry micro pellets into a bait tub. Just literally pour them in, fill it right to the brim. Pour your water in, fill that to the brim at the same time, and then just put a lid on.
So obviously, if you take one out of the equation, there's still, I don't know, if there's 12 fish there, you've still got 11, that could come in and you still get a bite. Whereas if you put the marker float back out or you cast him back out, you could well spook them again then.
What happened? I had 22 fish off of that spot in 3 nights. And I had a buddy, when I got home, my missus went, "How comes you're always tired when you get home from fishing?" I said, "I've been up all night, don't keep on."
The feedback's been tremendous, and I think everybody's had a great show, and we really love being here.
Very busy show, mate, and looks a raging success.
I hope we'll see you again in the near future.
Oh, we definitely be back. Pretty much rammed all day. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely think there's been more people through the door this year than ever before.
Quality of the show, not just the size of the show, I think it's the thing that's grown the most.
It's been a very good show for us.
If I could afford it, I'd be with this lot as well. But there we are.
He can afford it.
Well, it's the end of the trading weekend here, day 2 of another fantastic weekend at the Big One 2011. And of course, we say a big thanks to all our exhibitors and retailers from across the country who've come to see us, and we thank the big angling fraternity for coming to support us too. From me, Terry Peters, and the rest of the Fish Face Promotions team, we look forward to seeing you again for the Big One 2012, and not only from me, from these people as well.
You won't get anything better than this. Great show.
See you in 2012!
Keep casting!